Hello, Arvind sir. Hello, Arvind sir. So
Check, audio check, mic check. Okay, Ria? Salama? Yeah, you can ask, sorry, yeah.
So I've been a vegan since the past 1 year,
Okay.
and following you since the past 5-6 months. So like she said, it's helping a lot. But there's a question that I wanted to ask. There are more things to veganism than just empathy and compassion. Like the water consumption, like thousands of liters of water, even the land, CO2 emissions. If you propose such things, you can reach a larger audience who, for example, Amir Khan, he is a vegetarian. I don't know, vegan or vegetarian, but his idea is not to show compassion, but for the environment, for the sustainability. So I think you should, why don't you talk about such things and just confine it to compassion?
Okay, the reason I used to speak about earlier, even the health benefits of a plant-based diet, and also about the environment. The reason why I've stopped that is the following. Number one, let's just take health first, okay? If someone here does a well-planned whole food plant-based diet, a plant-based diet based on whole foods, and they take a B12 supplement, they can be the healthiest person ever, probably live till the age of 80 or 90 without any disease. Why do I not mention this? It's because you don't have to be a vegan to do that. You can eat meat once a week and still be healthy, just like how you can smoke a cigarette just once a week and still be healthy. Meaning there's still once a week something ethically wrong happening. Regarding the environment, you're talking about sustainability. You have to understand the current way in which we farm animals, which is factory farming, which is the majority of what's happening, is very much unsustainable as it leads to a lot of deforestation, water consumption, water pollution, because the urine and the feces of these animals have to be dumped into water bodies, and not to mention the methane released by these ruminant bovines is now affecting the ozone layer and causes global warming. Why do I not touch this? The reason being is because it is possible to actually even raise animals in a sustainable way. Sustainable animal farming 100% definitely exists. So I am not speaking about sustainability or health because I want to speak about animal rights. And I want to call out humans for human wrongs. This is about justice. This is about equality and freedom like any other social justice movement. For example, I could, and there are many men in a society, unfortunately, who do not harm children or women, not because they feel it's wrong, but because they're scared to go to jail. Now, if I was standing up for women's rights or children's rights, the last thing I'll want to stand on stage and say to a bunch of misogynist men is, please don't abuse women, because if you do, you might go to jail. That's pathetic. Don't abuse them because you have no right to hurt them. They don't belong to you. Your hands off and leave others alone and treat others the way you want them to treat you. That's the right message. And as a vegan and animal rights activist, I can only speak about ethics, not necessarily even compassion, because I can show you plenty of vegans, my wife included, who don't necessarily care about animals. Like, they are not every vegan's an animal lover. Okay, but we recognize it's wrong to hurt them, and that's enough. So I'm not even trying to instill compassion here. I'm trying to just make people understand that if they choose to eat meat, dairy, eggs, and honey, they are engaging in speciesism, which is akin to racism, sexism, casteism, ableism, or any kind of discrimination. And if you do not want to engage in those forms of discrimination, you are a hypocrite for engaging in this form. So I am trying to pull out only the moral and ethical aspect, because that's what I want to change. I want people's minds, and I want them to change the way they look and see and perceive animals. I want to make people stop looking at a chicken and seeing only a leg piece or a pair of wings. I want to make them stop looking at a cow and seeing only a milk machine. I don't care whether it's sustainable or healthy or unsustainable, doesn't matter. You have no right to exploit that animal, and that animal has every right to be on earth just like you. Therefore, hands off. That can only be my message as an animal rights activist. And like you said, Amir Khan is the example you gave. Amir Khan, right? I don't know if he's a vegetarian or a vegan or a meat eater. All I can tell you, no offense to him or to his fans, sounds like hypocrisy to me. Just to be, it's a trendy thing right now. Hey, look, I am talking about sustainability and the environment. Okay, what about the elephant in the room? They don't want to talk about it. So that's why.
But still, if, at some point in future, if this industry becomes sustainable, still it's a long way to go, I think so. So even if you propose sustainability, the demand for meat and dairy would, I think, drop significantly. So eventually it's beneficial for the animals.
True. I am not sure. I'm not against vegan activists who go around and promote this. I'm not against them at all by any means. When vegans promote it, I'm not against it. If a non-vegan is speaking this way, yeah, I have to call that out. But even when vegans do it, I tell them, please don't use the word vegan. Use the word plant-based diet instead. Because, like I told you, veganism is it's only based on ethics and morals. For example, let's say everyone here, or even on Earth right now, we reduced the amount of meat, dairy, and egg production by 90%. Only 10% exists. That's very sustainable. Still extraordinary amounts of violence. So sustainability does not equal animal liberation. I am fighting for something that we vegans call, you might have heard this word, animal liberation. We want to bring freedom to them. So in that regard, if someone wants to promote this and help people reduce their consumption, they can do that through the means of a plant-based diet. But if we use the word vegan, we don't eat animals, we don't wear animals, we don't abuse or exploit animals for pretty much anything. So I cannot combine an ethical cause with what you're talking about. Do you get my distinction here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before leaving, I have one more question.
Sure.
So, not a question, but I watch your videos, and your shorts also daily. So, but whenever I watch your shorts, sometimes you put those graphics and stuff. I'm a vegan myself, but when I watch those videos again and again, I want to be reminded that, okay, I want to be vegan, but whenever I watch that, I don't want to encounter that all the time. So, can you, in the daily shots, because...
Consider not posting such cruelty footage, huh?
Especially for the people who have already turned vegan, so...
I'm not making my videos for vegans. My videos are made to be viewed by meat, dairy, and egg eaters, right? My target audience is not vegans. If all vegans tomorrow stopped following me, I have no problem. I want only the meat, dairy, and egg eaters to follow because they are the ones who need to get the information and constantly be reminded. Now, we have to look at it in a few ways. I understand it hurts so much for you to watch those videos. I'm not saying it's easy, it's terrible.
Actually, I watch them so that, I mute them. I don't see my screen. I just feel that it should reach more people. I like it, like engagement.
Okay.
So that way. If that's the least I can help.
Yeah, I agree. Why. But the reason, even for us, because right now in my team, it's just me and her. Nobody else, like you can see, she's the one recording everything right now. All the videos you've seen are made, recorded, and edited just by the two of us. And when we have to sit down and watch these horrifying videos, in the videos that we choose to put the violent scenes, you don't actually see the most violent or gory scene. You see the least violent and least gory scene, because if you were to put the most violent, even here, I barely even showed the tip of the iceberg to you people right now. The reason is because if we did that, our video is immediately blocked and our account gets a strike and a notification saying you post that again and we'll take down your account. So even we have to sit and watch all that atrocity and pick which is the least violent part in that and put that. Even that's soul crushing for us.
Yeah.
But then we always have to think about the perspective of the animals. How soul crushing must it be for them to actually be in that video? They are the ones who are actually suffering there. So I cannot change that. My videos will continue being this way because I need people who are not vegans to watch this and realize and wake up. Like I told you, my videos are targeted to not for vegans. It's for non-vegans. And like you said, if you are able to just put a like or comment or something and increase engagement, thank you for doing so. But I cannot change my ways because this has to be shown. Because every time when you go to buy ghee or paneer or something I've seen here, I saw in a supermarket here in Pune only, one ghee brand, they had a picture of a smiling calf on the cover. Now, which calf on earth is smiling in a dairy farm? That's lies. So the companies are actively spending their time and money putting out lies. So I'm going to spend my time and money actively putting out the truth. So that's my thing.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much.